The return of the American bison, a conservation success story worth protecting. For thousands of years, the American bison shaped the landscapes of North America. Vast herds once roamed across grasslands, prairies, and valleys, helping create one of the most diverse and productive ecosystems on Earth. Then, in a matter of decades, the species was pushed to the brink of extinction. By the late 1800s, overhunting, habitat destruction, and human expansion had reduced bison populations from tens of millions to only a few hundred animals. One of America's most iconic species nearly disappeared forever. Today, however, a remarkable conservation success story is unfolding. Thanks to decades of restoration efforts, habitat protection, and conservation programs, bison populations are recovering in parts of their historic range. While they still occupy only a fraction of the territory they once roamed, their return demonstrates what is possible when people invest in wildlife conservation and habitat restoration. The return of bison benefits far more than the species itself. Scientists often describe bison as ecosystem engineers. Their grazing patterns encourage a greater diversity of native plants. Their movement helps distribute nutrients across the landscape. Their powerful hooves break up compacted soil, allowing water to penetrate more effectively. Even the shallow depressions they create while rolling in the dirt, known as wallows, provide seasonal habitat for insects, birds, amphibians, and countless other species. As bison move across the landscape, they help restore ecological processes that evolved over thousands of years. Healthy grasslands support wildlife, store carbon, improve soil health, and strengthen entire ecosystems. The recovery of the American bison is proof that conservation works. Yet this success story also serves as a reminder that conservation requires ongoing commitment. America's national parks, wildlife refuges, public lands, and conservation programs play a critical role in protecting species like the bison and preserving the habitats they depend upon. Today, many conservation advocates are raising concerns about proposed and ongoing reductions in National Park Service funding and staffing. Reports indicate that the National Park Service has experienced significant workforce reductions, while visitation to national parks remains at or near record levels. Conservation groups, park advocates, and former park employees warn that continued staffing and funding challenges could impact wildlife protection, habitat restoration, scientific research, visitor services, emergency response capabilities, and maintenance of public lands. America's wildlife cannot speak for itself. That is why we must take action. If you care about wildlife, conservation, and the future of America's national parks, please make your voice heard. Visit theindependentgazette.org and topictotopic.com, where you will find a copy and paste letter you can send directly to your U.S. senators and your U.S. representative in Congress. A simple message from a constituent can make a difference.